Widia Damayanti. I'm here for the task of midterm from Applied Linguistic. I'm here to explain about Applied Linguistic and language use. Before we go to the lesson, I'm here want to explain what is applied linguistics. Applied linguistics is the study of language used in particular contexts and how it can be utilized to address issues with language teaching, language policy, translation, and language assessment. Is now as applied linguistics. The actual use of language in communication, including speaking, writing, listening, and reading in variety of settings, is referred as language use. Therefore, applied linguistics must be studied because problem is language or communication with particular language can be overcome by studying applied linguistics. Similarly, policy in language must be realized and learned so that we can communicate and any activity that uses language can be understood properly. And that what is applied linguistics. So, let's get to the next slide. Next, what is language use? The actual use of language in communication is referred to as language use. It includes the way which people write, speak, listen, and read in diverse settings. In order to successfully communicate ideas, convey meaning, and engage in social interaction, language use requires both comprehending and producing linguistic expression. It encompasses both spoken and nonverbal cues, including body language, gesture, and facial expression, all of which are crucial for expressing meaning and comprehension in variety of social and cultural contexts. If applied linguistics is learning or learn the material, language use is a practice, direct test of the application or applied linguistic learning that has been learned directly or in theory. Also, the use of language must be understood verbally or non-verbally so that the disclosure of meaning or applied language learning can be accepted or implemented properly. Then, we have now about what is applied linguistics and what is language use. So, for the next slide is what is the connection between them. The goal of applied linguistics to compare how linguistic knowledge may be used to solve particular problem by examining language use in authentic circumstances. Thus, the use of linguistic theory, methodology, and insight to evaluate and enhance language use in variety of domains, including education, communication, translation, language policy, and technology, is where applied linguistics and language usage are connected, with the goal of improving communication and language learning outcomes in various circumstances. Applied linguistic research language use to develop the way for language education, language evaluation, language planning, and language policy formulation, among other topics. what Davis 2007 H92 said that we will discuss about the role of applied linguistics in the context where language problem exists. It is then generalized to the same problem faced in other fields which have similar cases. Then, applied linguistics aim to apply linguistic knowledge to real-world situations, evaluating and improving language use in fields like education, communication, translation, policy, and technology. It influences research in methods for education, language education, evaluation, planning, policy formulation. So, now we should know about 5 reasons why we should learn about them. About applied linguistics and language use. First one is improved communication. Understanding how language function in different contexts enhance communication skills, enabling individuals to interact effectively in diverse social, cultural, and professional. It means like understanding language function in various contexts, enhance communication skill, enabling effective interaction in diverse social, cultural, and professional information. Next, the second one, language teaching and learning. Insight from applied linguistics inform language teaching and methodology, helping educators develop more effective approach to teaching and learning language. Applied linguistics provide valuable insight that enhance language teaching methodologies, enabling educators to develop more effective teaching and learning approach. The third one, cross-cultural understanding. Applied linguistics promotes intercultural competence by examining how language reflects and shapes cultural identities, beliefs, and values, fostering empathy and understanding across diverse communities. Applied linguistics and language use foster intercultural competence by examining how language reflects and shapes cultural identities, beliefs, and values, promoting empathy and understanding among diverse communities. The fourth one, problem solving. Applied linguistics addresses practical language-related challenges such as language acquisition, bilingualism, language disorder, and communication barriers, contributing to the development of solution and intervention. Applied linguistics tackles practical language-related issues like language acquisition, bilingualism, language disorder, and communication barriers, assisting in the creation of solution and intervention. So, the last one, professional opportunities. Knowledge of applied linguistics open doors to various career paths, including language teaching, translation and interpretation, speech therapy, language policy development, and cross-cultural communication consulting. Applied linguistics knowledge open door to various career paths such as language teaching, translation, speech therapy, policy development, translator, and cross-cultural communication consulting. Overall, studying applied linguistics and language use enhances individual and societal well-being by facilitating effective communication, fostering cultural awareness, and addressing real-world language-related issues. So, and the last slide is the conclusion. The conclusion is it is essential to study applied linguistics and language use in order to improve communication abilities, foster intercultural understanding, solve real-world language-related problem, and open up a variety of professional options. Through exploring the complexity of language in authentic settings, people can enhance their ability to communicate effectively, cultivate intercultural empathy and respect, devise inventive solutions for language-related problems, and embark on rewarding career in variety of professions. Essentially, applied linguistics give people and society the ability to expertly compassionately and perceptively negotiate to the complexity of language. So, maybe until enough here from me. I'm apologize if there's some mistake from me. And bye bye. Toodles.